Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm guessing that Skip Bayless isn't, or maybe Skip Bayless, maybe this was a mutually agreed departure. Maybe Skip Bayless has something else planned. You know, maybe he'll be like Rob Ryan and, he'll say, I'll be unemployed for like 5 minutes. Either way, FS1 and Skip Bayless will be parting ways. The numbers for the show have been down for quite a while. It was reported that the day of the draft, which should be a golden time in the off season, that they had only about 50,000 viewers for that show that day. And when you think about running a 2.5-hour show, the amount of people that are involved and equipment and airtime and everything else, that's literally losing money, especially with Skip Bayless, I believe in 21, signed a 3-year, $21 million extension with them. But the show was doing really, really good. And unfortunately for Skip Bayless, it seemed like he ended up being a little bit more demonstrative and trying to overrun Shannon Sharpe, who was developing and becoming into zone and becoming more vocal. And it seemed like Skip Bayless didn't like this. And this is the moment that everything changed. Was in December 12th of 22, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not have a really good season with Tom Brady. They limped into the playoffs, and they actually got mollywopped by the Cowboys. But before they got mollywopped by the Cowboys, this was the initial blow-up between the two of them. Let's listen. Well, I'm going to have it you. What happened yesterday? And that was the beginning of it. But I think the icing on the cake was after Damar Hamlin ended up literally dying on the field, and Skip Bayless was callous in his tweet, and Shannon Sharpe didn't show up the next day. And that's when you realized Skip Bayless is not good by himself. Skip Bayless has to have somebody out there to be even credible, and it was literally Shannon Sharpe was the one who was really keeping that show together. Let's go to that tape with his apology about Damar Hamlin tweet.
Jen, allow me to say up front that I apologize for what we're going to set out to do here today if it offends anyone, because we're going to try to do the show pretty much as we usually do the show. But I'll admit up front, I'm still shook up by what happened last night to Damar Hamlin. In fact, I'm still wrecked. In fact, I'm not sure I'm capable of doing this show today. But after barely sleeping on it, I decided to give it a try. Maybe I'll fail. Maybe we will fail. But we're going to try. We wrestled through much of the night whether to even do a show today, because it felt like in our minds we almost can't win with this, because the last thing we want to try to do is come off as insensitive to what this young man is going through in a life or death situation. The last thing we want to do is offend anyone by trying to do what we always do, which is talk about sports. As this show goes on, we're going to try to talk about a little bit of sports, but we're going to continue to talk about what happened to this young man last night and try to sort back through it with help from you in the audience. And we ask you now, if you'd like to tweet us your emotions of the night and of this morning about what happened to Damar Hamlin, please do so. You can tweet us at @undisputed, and I will be sharing some of your tweets and your emotions as we share our experience of last night through this very difficult morning for all of us. Obviously, my partner Shannon Sharp is not here today. I look forward to seeing him tomorrow.
We?
So, even before that, we had, I think
You're commanding a lot of young men and some older men, and they're all looking to you to be their CEO, to be in charge of the football team. Because of all that, I don't have sympathy for him going public with, I got depressed. I suffered depression early in COVID to the point that I couldn't even go work out. Look, he's the quarterback of America's team. And you know and I know, this sport that you play, it is dog eat dog. It is no compassion, no quarter given on the football field. If you reveal publicly any little weakness, it can affect your team's ability to believe in you in the toughest.
Yeah. So, Skip Bayless has always been that guy who, I don't know if I want to say it's a shock jock or I don't know what to call it, but this is where, bro, I think that the network got tired of hearing the apologies because he had to apologize about his comments about Dak Prescott, whose brother committed suicide. That literally you are so callous that you basically, in that whole thing with Skip right there got even worse because it's like, oh, he's going to be in a big game and the guy's going to sack him and say, are you going to cry? You going to cry? And it was just like, dude, man, where's your compassion in the world? So, Skip Bayless, I wish you the best of luck, bro. But definitely, you have made some enemies along the way, without a doubt. All right, good people, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you all. And we will see you soon. Peace out.